Hey friends, very happy to connect here on this YouTube channel. Thanks to Bhavish Arts and Vidya Satish for giving me this opportunity. My name is Vijay Rajaramanan and I'm a technology enthusiast, among other things. So probably why Vidya asked me to speak about this pretty dry topic on cryptocurrency, and I wondered how I could make it interesting and valuable to people who want to know a thing or two about cryptocurrency. So I hope in the end of this 4-minute video you will have some pointers to take away. So I'll talk about three things. Basically, why is cryptocurrency different than fiat currency that we use? If you're interested, how you can trade in cryptocurrency, and basically some story that is interesting to you about cryptocurrency. I'll start with the last one first. So in 2009, when Bitcoin was just introduced, there was a Bitcoin developer that had some Bitcoins at his disposal. At the time, Bitcoin wasn't worth a lot of money. So he bought a couple of pizzas for $25 actually. Instead of paying 25 USD, he paid it with Bitcoin. And he paid 10,000 coins at that time. So in current Bitcoin value, those two pizzas are actually worth $110 million. So you can see the value Bitcoin has gained in the last decade. The second, I would say, easy thing that I would ask you is, when was the last time you gave anybody cash? When did you actually use physical currency? It's been a while, I would say. Maybe you're using Zelle or PayPal or some kind of an electronic wire transfer with your bank. You're writing a check even, that's gone down. So what is the difference between an electronic system of currency transfer and cryptocurrency? Because this is also a digital medium. The main difference is that there is no governing authority that manages cryptocurrency. It's a decentralized digital platform. Now, what does that mean, decentralized, right? We have a Federal Reserve, we have banks, we have governing authorities that control the supply of money and thus the value of money. We know when we keep money in the bank, there is somebody that's certifying that so and so has so much money in the bank. So that gives us a little bit security that our money is actually safe in a known authority, and I can go to the bank and withdraw the money that I want. But along with this comes events like the financial crisis, right? So many people's wealth was wiped out because some of the governing agencies just were asleep at the wheel. So as an offshoot of this 2008 financial crisis, according to folklore, a Japanese man called Satoshi Nakamoto, he invented this first viable decentralized cryptocurrency called the Bitcoin, so that people can actually start adopting that as a currency for day-to-day use. And if you ask me today, are we in that world where we are using Bitcoin for our day-to-day currency exchanges? I would say no, because Bitcoin is still a speculative bubble. Cryptocurrency itself is somewhat of a speculative bubble, and people that believe in the cryptocurrency are in these markets where they are buying, selling, trading, and using cryptocurrency for regular payments. At the end of the day, it's a hard sell for a lot of people who understand the monetary system as it currently stands, but then still rely on a simple digital platform that stores all the transactions in an immutable way. There is not much adoption from the general public yet. And you have to have a very strong stomach to accept the volatility in cryptocurrency, because even Bitcoin in the last year has been anywhere between $3,000 and $11,000 in value. There is a limited supply of Bitcoin, so a lot of people are just trying to get in the game to exit out with some money. There is a lot more that I can go into in a technical depth, but I think for now I will leave you with this thought. There is an exchange called Coinbase where you can go and actually start trading if you really want to experiment trading in cryptocurrency. But you have to understand that everything is digital, and your identification there is through a hash key that's a 16-character string. So if you want to know more, go to YouTube. There are a bunch of channels that will help you. I'm always available by either email or through social media to answer more questions on this pet topic that I have. And I hope I gave you some good pointers to take away for today. I hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.